If you know the song, sing along. Hit it.
The Carolina liners.
Yo, when we hit Walmart, I hit the food aisle. My son hits the toy aisle. And in his quest on the toy aisle, he pointed this out to me. A miniature Walmart buggy. In all of my trips to Walmart, I never seen anything like this. And I perused the aisles trying to find it and could not find another one. Hey, but real talk though, if you want to stay in your budget, because you know you go in Walmart intending to spend $20, you get to the register, you done bought $100 worth of stuff. If you want to stay in budget, find yourself a miniature shopping cart like this. Let's go, Chef!
What's up, everybody? Chef Anthony Albritton here, the Carolina Cooking, Tasting, and Eating the Carolinas. Welcome to the Carolina Cook Show. 2A Food-Attainment presents to you the Carolina Cook Show. Welcome to my Carolina kitchen, somewhere in South Carolina. All right. In this episode, I will be cooking up a dish that, one of those Southern dishes, simple soul food dish that my mom used to cook. When I tasted it, y'all, it just reminded me of the good old days, you know what I'm saying, way back, you know what I'm saying, where you just put a simple meal on the table that tasted like everything. Yeah, tasted like everything. In this episode, I will be cooking up some
Smothered beef pate with sweet peas and bacon.
Let's go, Chef!
All right, y'all, I don't eat pork, and there's not too many good substitutes for pork bacon other than beef bacon, which is hard to find in my area. My other alternative is chicken bacon, which is pretty similar to real bacon. It's better than turkey bacon. Yes, so good that I took a pre-bite. All right, now, let's get started here by oiling up my pan. Then what I'm going to do is, sort of cook that bacon in this oil. Release those bacon flavors. And that's what I'm going to put my beans in. Back in the day when my moms would cook the beans and stuff, it would be some type of meat in those beans, whether it be fatback, bacon, turkey necks, whatever. All right, now I got 2 cans of sweet peas here. All right. I'm going to drain those cans, add them to the bacon. And what that bacon is going to do is release a lot of that good bacon flavor into the peas. All right, so let's mix that around. All right, once it's nice and mixed, I'm going to go ahead and add some water. Then I'm going to hit it with some soul food seasoning mix. How in the world can you cook soul food without soul food seasoning? It's essential. Now let's hit it with a little black pepper. Now, normally I would use some type of broth, but once I got put on to the broth-based seasoning, I started using that because it saves me money instead of just buying a bunch of broth all the time. You can just add your broth-based seasoning to some water. So I'm going to add that to the beans. All right. This is soul food, y'all, so I'm not really measuring everything. I'm just seasoning to taste. As you can see, I broke my bacon into pieces, but my mama used to just throw whole slices of bacon in there. All right, let's cover this up and let it cook on a low heat. Now, next up, I'm going to go ahead and oil my skillet and get that ready for my patties. All right, since we're doing this at home, I cut some corners. I bought my patties already formed. That way they already measured out, already done for me. Now we're going to add these patties to the skillet. All right, we don't have to use a large array of seasoning. I'm adding that same soul food seasoning to these patties. Then I'm going to come behind that with some black pepper. Then I'm going to top them off with that broth-based seasoning because the broth-based seasoning has a lot of versatility. You can use it to make broths and you can use it as a seasoning. And it's just like cooking a steak, y'all. You just top the top side with seasoning. Then you flip it over And you do the same thing to the opposite side. Now, I'm a man, so I'm not good at multitasking. But as a chef, you got to know how to multitask. You got to have several pots going at one time. So I got some rice going here. We got our beans cooking here. Then we got our patties going. Now, I've cooked my patties till the juices ran clear. Like all the blood ran out. All right. Now I'm going to remove them from the pan and drain them. Okay. Now, if y'all familiar with my videos, I always say you don't want to get rid of that goodness at the bottom of the pan. You want to keep that. So what I'm going to do is drain some of the grease off and begin sauteing my onions in this goodness that the meat left behind. And this is going to be the base for our pan gravy. All right, and once those onions are nice and caramelized, I'm going to go ahead and add about 2 teaspoons of garlic to that. Saute that garlic around in there for a couple seconds. Then we're going to start building our gravy. I'm going to add that broth-based seasoning to this mixture, to the onions and the garlic. Then I'm going to add a little roux mixture of cornstarch mixed with water. All right, this is just like making a gumbo. You don't want to burn your roux. So once I got a nice golden brown going on that roux and got my flavors cooked in like I want, I'm going to go ahead and add some water to that. And this is the making of your nice brown pan gravy. And y'all, I'm using the same seasonings throughout this dish because it's going to take on a different taste with each item. So I'm going to season to taste because you season as you go. I'm going to continue to hit it with the broth, the soul food seasoning, and the black pepper. The only 3 seasonings I'm using in this dish. And as y'all can see, I let this rice go on a nice low simmer. And now it's nice, fluffy, and ready. Basmati rice. Basmati is my favorite rice because it doesn't really stick together. I'm all about unity, but you want your rice to be dysfunctional. All right, and as y'all can see, I got this gravy train moving. It's choo-chooing, which is what I'm going to be doing when this food is done. Chewing. All right. The gravy is a little thin right now, but as I cook it and reduce it, it's going to thicken up. And you add the cornstarch and water mixture to it to get the desired consistency that you want in your gravy, however thick you want your gravy to be. All right, my gravy has reached my desired consistency and flavor, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and add my patties back to that gravy. And as the patties simmer in this gravy for about 15, 20 minutes, it's going to absorb those flavors and juices. And if you're from the South, you'll know about that smothered chicken, smothered pork chop, and smothered liver and all that good type of stuff that we smother. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get these nice and mixed around in that gravy. Then I'm going to go ahead and cover them and let them cook slow and low. Like I said, for about 15 to 20 minutes. And this is a quick meal, y'all. It's going to be done shortly. Doesn't take long. Now, with the smothered dishes in the South, the onions are the key. So I'm going to add some more onions to this dish before I cover the dish, because the first set of onions pretty much kind of dissolve a whole lot in the cooking process. So you want to add some fresh onions to that so that you can have a nice layer of onions in there when it's done. Speaking of done, everything is now done, y'all. Your beans is done, your rice is done, and your beef patties are done. So now it's time to go ahead and serve it up and present a plate. And then eat it in front of y'all to make y'all want to try it. And to make y'all like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And y'all, this is the way I ate growing up. 7 of us, man. And this is how mama used to hook it up. All right. So my culinary skills started with taste. Yeah, I just collapsed my rice tower because I built it too high. But to compensate for that, I'm going to just add some more beans around the rice, make it look a little more presentable. All right, I'm cooking the same thing my mama used to cook, just doing it chef style. All right, bringing a little bit of chef presentation to it. Okay, check that out, man. Good old country cooking. Yep, country cooking, man. This is my foundation right here. This is my foundation. All right, time to taste. Let's get on the beans and rice first. And let's taste this meat. This here, man, takes my mind way back to childhood, man. Because these are the kind of quick meals that my mom used to whip up, okay? Down south, we rarely cook any type of beans, greens, cabbage, or anything like that without meat in it, all right? That's just how we do. Don't give me no plain veggies on my plate. Like, give me put some type of meat in there. Put something in there. I'm out of here, y'all. I'm getting ready to fix my son his plate. He's stuck on the PlayStation right now, so I couldn't get him off of the I couldn't get him off of the PlayStation to come taste the food with me. Y'all like, comment, share the love, and subscribe. And remember, if you're not happy, you just may not be eating good. Let's go, chef. I just spit a piece of rice out of my mouth.
Liketh, shareth thou the love, and subscribeth unto my channel, and smiteth that notification button. Thank ya.